Child trafficking refers to the practice of the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of children for the purpose of exploitation. Exploitation includes forcing children into prostitution or other forms of sexual exploitation, forced labor or services, slavery or practices similar to slavery, servitude, or the removal of organs. For children exploitation may include also illicit international adoption, trafficking for early marriage, recruitment as child soldiers, for begging as athletes, or for recruitment for cults. Trafficked people often suffer from a multitude of physical and psychological health problems. Women are specifically vulnerable to reproductive and other gender-specific health problems in trafficking situations as they have little or no access to reproductive health care. These problems include lack of access to birth control, constant rapes, forced abortions, and contraceptive use, lack of irregular mammograms, and other health issues. Women in domestic servitudes are subject to rape and other physical abuse, while women in forced sex work suffer increased risk of sexually transmitted infections, including HIV or AIDS. Every year, thousands are trafficked across India for a variety of reasons, including sexual exploitation, bonded labor, organ transplantation, adoption, coerced marriage, etc. Women and children are particularly vulnerable to human trafficking, and in Manipur, child trafficking appears to be a growing epidemic. According to international legislation, in the case of children, the use of illicit means such as use of force or other forms of coercion, of abduction, of fraud, of deception, of the abuse of power, or a position of vulnerability is not relevant in determining whether an act is a crime because a child cannot legally give informed consent. Awareness programs and various workshops to give awareness to the traffickers, public, and government is required, along with setting up of training for the local border patrols, since trafficking of children and women are done along the highways. It is a form of social awakening as defined by the UN Protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children. It is also one of the worst forms of child labor as defined by the ILO Convention 182. Human trafficking is a crime under international law and under the national legislation. And thus, with the combined efforts of the various governments ruling various states and various other NGOs, human rights activists plan to stop human trafficking from being committed through the country.
Trafficking and all forms of modern-day slavery are the biggest crimes which humanity is committing against herself. This is intolerable. This is unacceptable. No cultural society, no civilized society, no modern society can live with such heinous crime. We have to put an end to it right now. We have to find new and innovative solutions. We have to use technology, human compassion, professionalism, good governance, and legal systems to ensure that no child, no woman, no man is sold and bought anywhere in the world. No person is trafficked. We have to ensure that no person is taken away from the source areas for trafficking. We have to crack down in the transit. We have to devise ways to rescue the victims of trafficking. We have to ensure rescue of all people from the places where they are enslaved to. It could be workshops, fields, agriculture places, it could be brothels or even homes.
Together, we can all combat this evil. The question is, how many of us can stand up against it? So rise for a better India, a better and safer world for our women and children.